Okay, so day 2 of AI Summit is done. I hope you followed along because there was just so much to capture. As I do with all conferences, it's time for my one takeaway that I took away from this conference. So the first one is that open source is a confusing concept, right? The idea that we have to make sure our proprietary information and IP is protected by closing off the LLM might lead you to believe we don't use open source models or we shouldn't use them, right? But actually, open source just means that the company is giving you the tools to create the model in-house. So essentially, you can keep it closed off and not have to share outside your enterprise, which helps with risk mitigation, right? Second thing, using AI to monitor dark web channels and essentially help to reduce risk liability. So the AI is able to look through the dark web to determine what companies are being talked about and provide some capabilities around not mitigating or just preventing the attack, but maybe responding faster. This is really interesting because, it comes off of the head of the recent casino attacks in Las Vegas, which came about after the CEO of the company started talking about, the major players in cyber criminal activity. And lo and behold, next day, the company was hacked. And then the third thing, standards exist already for AI, so start using them, right? For example, ISO IEC 8183, it exists. And the EU AI Act is usually depends on it and leans from it. When you're using an AI model or AI tool, where you don't have a framework that you're working off of, it can lead to actualized damage, quote unquote, right? Like, so for instance, there are some use cases that show that an AI that didn't follow a workflow impacted women's pay parity as well as the predictions for cancer, right? These could have been done well if a standard was followed, because that standard would have probably told you to continuously monitor that, right? So listen, AI is the buzzword for 2023, but remember it's all about data and technology. So we need to understand it, we need to protect it, and we need to mitigate our risks. But thanks for following and look forward to more content.